All right, welcome back, everybody. My name's Josh O'Shea. I'm with my business partner,
Shayla.
and we are going to be talking about Evergreen, Colorado. If that's something you're into, stay tuned because as a local born and raised, I pretty much know it all. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I don't actually. I'm just going to give you all the nitty gritty that I know and why this is the greatest town to live in Colorado. So let's dive on into it. All right, Shayla.
All right.
We're going to have a fun time here because Shayla's actually going to interview me.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you everything that I kind of do know about Evergreen. And, why I think this is the greatest place. This is why I never left, is because I have been around. I've traveled the U.S., I've traveled internationally, and everywhere else sucks. So you should come here. All right, Shayla,
Cool.
Jump on into it.
Yeah, let's do it. So, if someone were to move to Evergreen, what should they know before they move here?
That we are at, on average, 8,000 feet in elevation. So if you are sucking wind there at the ocean and you're thinking, hey, let's get some high altitude, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend coming up this high because if you're having struggles, it's going to suck for you. Some people have a hard time just even going upstairs up here. And it takes, like 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks to acclimate to that altitude. So if you're really not looking at getting, a ton of high elevation, low oxygen, it's going to be tough for you up here.
The air is very thin up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
What else? Oh, you should know that, we live at, on average, 8,000 feet in elevation. So it's going to definitely snow.
That is true.
It's going to dump.
It is Colorado, guys.
Yeah, it's going to snow on you. And if you are somebody who hates shoveling snow off of your car or just dealing with it week in and week out, this is not the place for you because you're going to get some good snow here. Not even 2 weeks ago, we got 4 feet here.
You were snowed in.
I was snowed in.
Yeah,
well, I'm Johnny on the spot, so I only plowed my driveway 6 times in 24 hours, and so I was able to get out.
Jeez.
But yeah, the plows weren't hitting our city roads because they had to maintain, the big 285 or I-70, so they were having a tough time just keeping up with it. So if you aren't prepared for having a good amount of snow and dealing with it, you might be stuck in your house for a couple of days. So that's something people aren't aware of.
Reminds me of The Shining.
Yeah. It's just, boom.
Yes.
Stuck in there. Yeah. Next things is there's a ton of wildlife, and we have very windy mountain roads. So what I mean by that is we pretty much paved all of our roads to contour where water goes. So you're going to follow rivers, follow streams, and guess who likes to hang out by water? Animals. And guess how fast they jump out in front of your car.
Very fast.
Very quickly.
Speed goats are the worst.
Luckily we don't have any speed goats up here. We have elk, deer, mountain lions, bears, foxes, and you're going to have them just walking through your yard all the time, and they will get on the road, and a deer will just stare at you. That saying, the deer in the headlights, that is truly them. They are the simplest of animals.
And there's no street lights out here.
No street lights.
So you're driving in the dark.
Yep, and if it's snowing or you got fog set in or, great amount of rain, it's tough visibility, super windy roads, and they will just jump out in front of you. So just prepare to, drive at least the speed limit. If not, go a little slower. Because there's spots where you're on the north side of the slope or the south side. If you're on the north side, that slope is going to be iced over. So as you're commuting, you're going to dry ice or black ice, and then clean, and then black ice, and then clean. And you're like, I'm going to die. I'm just trying to go to King Soopers. So just be aware of that if you move up this way, that is something you really need to consider, and get a all-wheel drive at the minimum. I would say at your absolute minimum, a front wheel drive, but we will be pulling you out. You'll probably see me behind you pulling you out. But otherwise, an all-wheel drive, or if you can, get a 4-wheel drive. That would be your best bet. And snow tires goes a long ways. People think like, hey, I have these all-season tires. These are perfect. No.
Not for up here.
Just get a set of snow tires. Get snow tires on your car. You can have studded snow tires here in Colorado, so that is a great perk. and you will be just fine. So get yourself some tires,
Yeah.
watch out for animals, and enjoy the nature. Like
I mean, it's
Colorado is
beautiful when
dope.
it snows up here,
Oh,
though.
it's amazing.
It is like a winter wonderland
Yeah,
all the
I
time.
won't leave. I will die here. So it's going to be great. You guys should come check out Evergreen. What else do you want to know?
What is Evergreen known for?
Oh, well, it was originally a bunch of ranchers. So the homestead was here. We had a ton of ranchers. So as long as or if you're in the Evergreen Meadows area, Valley High Ranch, Flying J Ranch, there's also Myers Ranch. So we had a lot of ranching up here, and a bunch of them actually used to own airplanes together, and they would commute up from Centennial or Denver and then fly into their little ranch and then ranch out of here. So
that's amazing.
yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. There's Yankee Point that goes all the way back up towards Idaho Springs. So there was a lot of ranching up here. That was, the majority of how Evergreen got started. And then the little town, kind of came along with it. So the 1900s, there used to be a baseball field underneath and a tiny little town under Evergreen Lake. So
I did not know that.
Fun stuff.
Which you can paddleboard on.
You can paddleboard and
ice skate during the wintertime on an actual
you can
lake.
Yeah, you can ice fish there. So people bring their little tents out. That is also like where some good little honey pots are if you're looking for some good fishing. Go to Evergreen Lake, Upper Bear Creek. There's some great spots to go fishing. Yeah. So, but yeah, I just love the nature up here. I like hiking. I like hunting. I like fishing.
The golf up here is amazing as well.
The golf is something else, though. If golf is something you're super into, we've got one golf course up here, but it is one of the craziest golf courses because it is set on the mountain.
Yep.
So you're shooting through.
You're driving at your cart kind of on the side.
Kind of on the side of the mountain. Yeah, you're shooting through big old pine trees that
over
are
a rock.
And it's not just a rock; it's like
it's a boulder,
and it is like maybe 20 yards in front of you, and if you do not have loft, that thing is going straight back at you. So watch out. Get that.
Wear a helmet.
Yeah. Or just get better at golf.
Yeah, that too.
Honestly, I hit the rock all the time.
So speaking of activities, what is a kid-friendly activity that you would do with your girls?
Well, there's a ton of parks around here.
Oh, great.
So even just hiking with them, just taking them on a trail just to get them outside is like the greatest. But there's also like a good amount of fun, established parks. So having them go to Marshdale and go play over there, or taking them just to Evergreen Lake and walking around the lake and getting them out on some paddle boards. And for me, is they have little pedal boats.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
they do.
the little pedal boats.
You can rent those.
Yeah, my girls love doing that. And then just wintertime is you find a good hill and you're going sledding. So
we'll see those all up 285.
All up is just all of us are like, yeah, that looks like a good spot. And
let's just go sled there.
Let's just go sled right over there. So that is really good family activities.
Okay.
And then there's a bunch of little shops down Evergreen that are kind of fun to window peek and just window shop through that are really good time. Getting them some ice cream. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
So speaking of ice cream and eating things, like what would be your go-to restaurant if you wanted something to eat in Evergreen?
That is tough. I mean, Bojo's Pizza is awesome.
Can't go wrong with Bojo's.
Bojo's
Colorado staple.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's an experience.
It's a good pizza. And they redid all of Bojo's inside here in Evergreen, so it's super nice now inside. Other than that, I would go down the strip. So I'd go down, Old Town Evergreen and go check out the Bait Shack. Super fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Bait Shack is like a little bar, but they actually have really good food there too. Cactus Jack's is similar. They're both right there on that corner of Evergreen in 73 and 74. Otherwise, you could make your way down and, there's the winery. So there's a great, the wine cellar over there. And there's a couple brew houses. So we have Lariat Lodge and Revival Brewing. So to get big town feel in such a small town, you can do pretty much anything. If you're looking for barbecue or Italian or, even sushi, we've got it right here in Evergreen.
Sushi in the mountains.
Yeah.
It sounds weird.
It sounds weird, but
it's really not.
It's fresh sushi. They fly it in, so it's kind of expensive. It's the only thing, but it's good. It's really good. So yeah, that's where I would go. Tuscany Tavern if you're looking for, good Italian. And yeah, Evergreen is surprisingly large. A
And
lot of
how
people,
far away is it from Denver?
it depends where you're at.
All right.
So if you are coming up Genesee, the I-70 side, and
Mm-hmm.
going towards what I call the commercial side of Evergreen,
Mm-hmm.
it has Home Depot and Walmart, like more box commercial buildings that you're like, hey, actually, I do need my car serviced. There's great spots over there. But if you're going up that way, you are probably 20 minutes to town.
Which is pretty quick.
It's
That's a
incredible.
quick commute.
Yeah, and you are gaining, 2 to 3,000 feet in elevation on that drive. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really fast to go straight up the mountain.